Have you ever seen a monster storm on the news and felt a chill? Most people run from these forces of nature, but there's a rare group who do the opposite, the hurricane hunters. These men and women fly straight into hurricanes, not for thrills, but to save lives. They're scientists and pilots, modern explorers charting the most dangerous territory on Earth, the heart of a living storm. Imagine flying into a wall of wind and rain spinning at over 150 miles per hour. It's a world of extreme turbulence where the sky seems to tear apart. Their courage is matched only by their purpose, to gather data we can't get any other way. Why risk it? Because the information they collect helps forecasters predict where hurricanes will go and how strong they'll become. This gives people on the ground precious time to prepare and evacuate. Without hurricane hunters, we'd be flying blind. Warnings would be less accurate, and the danger to communities would be immense. So when you see that plane heading into the storm, remember, you're witnessing true bravery. This is a story of courage, teamwork, and survival against the odds. It's about pushing the limits to help others. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. Buckle up. We're joining them on a mission into the heart of a hurricane. This is survival on a whole new level. Every mission starts with preparation, the most critical phase for hurricane hunters. The crew is a tight-knit team, pilots with nerves of steel, a flight engineer monitoring every system, a navigator plotting the safest course, and scientists ready to capture the storm's secrets. The lead meteorologist guides the flight path, eyes glued to radar, while others deploy dropsondes, mini weather stations dropped into the storm. Every role is essential for survival. Their aircraft? A WP-3D Orion, nicknamed Kermit or Miss Piggy, a flying fortress built to withstand chaos. Inside, it's a science lab with wires, consoles, and equipment packed into every inch. Before takeoff, every bolt and engine is checked. There's no room for error. The pre-flight briefing is intense. Satellite images, flight plans, risks, and emergency procedures. The crew knows what's at stake. They shake hands, look each other in the eye, and head to the plane. Engines roar to life, promising a tough journey ahead. This is not just another flight, it's a battle with a monster. United by purpose, they're ready to face the storm. Every mission is a test of skill, trust, and resolve. The adventure begins the moment the wheels leave the ground. They're ready to meet the beast. The flight begins under clear skies, but a monster looms on the horizon, the hurricane's outer wall. As the plane approaches, tension rises. Final checks, instruments ready. The easy part is over. The plane starts to shake. Gentle bumps turn into violent jolts. Outside, blue sky fades to menacing grey. Rain slams the windshield in sheets. Visibility drops to near zero. The roar of engines and wind is deafening. The aircraft is tossed like a toy, lurching and dropping suddenly. Crew members grip straps, securing loose items. This is the eye wall, the storm's most violent part. Winds rage, the plane strains. Pilots wrestle the controls, fighting to keep the plane stable. Every crew member is laser-focused, faces lit by computer screens, then suddenly calm. The plane breaks through into the eye, a surreal, peaceful blue sky above, chaos below. Surrounded by a perfect ring of clouds, the crew catches their breath. It's a breathtaking sight, a brief reward for their ordeal. But the mission isn't over. They must fly back through the fury. This is the heart of the storm, where science and survival meet. Every second inside is a test of skill and nerve. The data they collect here is priceless. The eye is a moment of peace before the next battle. And then it's time to face the storm again. Flying into a hurricane isn't madness, it's science in action. Satellites show us the storm from above, but only hurricane hunters can measure what's happening inside. The key tool, the dropsonde, a sensor-packed tube dropped into the storm. As it falls, it measures wind, temperature, humidity, and pressure, sending real-time data back to the plane. Dropping sondes in the eye wall and eye reveals the storm's structure from top to bottom. This data is sent straight to the National Hurricane Center, feeding computer models that predict the hurricane's path and strength. The result? Forecasts up to 30% more accurate, crucial for issuing timely evacuations. Every bump and jolt is part of a scientific mission to save lives. The crew isn't just surviving, they're dissecting the storm, gathering intelligence to protect communities. Their bravery fuels our understanding and safety. It's high-stakes science, thousands of feet above a raging ocean. This is how knowledge is won, one storm at a time. In the chaos of a hurricane, teamwork is everything. On board, every crew member relies on the others. There's no room for ego or error. Pilots trust the navigator trusts the meteorologist, and everyone trusts the pilots to keep them safe. During the roughest turbulence, the plane shakes violently. Pilots fight the controls, the flight engineer calls out engine readings, and scientists prepare to launch drop sondes at the mission director's command. Communication is clear and calm, even as bodies are thrown against harnesses. Years of training forge this crew into a family. They anticipate each other's needs, united by a shared purpose. Facing danger together creates an unbreakable bond. Bravery isn't the absence of fear, it's doing your job despite it. They channel fear into focus, relying on training and each other. This collective courage lets them fly where no one else dares. It's the ultimate display of human cooperation. Together they face nature's fury and win. Teamwork is their greatest strength in the storm. Even the best crews can be caught off guard. On this mission, as they re-entered the eye wall, a massive updraft hurled the plane upward, then a downdraft sent it plunging. G-forces pressed everyone down, then weightlessness took over. Alarms blared, one engine sputtered and died. Losing an engine here is a true emergency. The pilots didn't panic. One flew the plane, the other started the emergency restart. The flight engineer rerouted power, keeping the other engine stable. The rest of the crew held on, trusting their teammates. After tense moments, the engine roared back to life. The plane stabilized. Relief swept through the cabin. They'd stared into the abyss and pulled back. Shaken but resolute, they finished the mission and turned for home. After hours battling the storm, the hurricane hunters emerge into clear skies, exhausted but triumphant. The data they risked their lives for is already helping forecasters plot the storm's path. That information becomes a lifeline for millions, making evacuation orders more precise and saving lives. Emergency services can prepare, and communities get the warning they need. The work of this small crew affects entire coastlines. They're the unseen heroes behind every hurricane warning. Their courage in the sky means safety on the ground. It's not about glory, it's about making a difference. Like firefighters or medics, they serve to protect others. The hurricane hunter's story is a lesson in courage and teamwork. By facing fear, they achieve the extraordinary. They fly into the storm so others can find shelter. That's a mission worth fighting for.